I want to pull up this tweet that I have, and credit goes to Luke on this one, actually. I saw Luke tweet this out, so I actually went and checked, and it's true. The World Government Summit 2022, that's what it's called, has a video titled, "Are We Ready for a New World Order?" In it, the host, Becky Anderson, says, "Are you ready for a new world order?" And this channel, World Government Summit, is verified by YouTube. And YouTube added a context fact check that says the New World Order is a conspiracy theory which hypothesizes a secretly emerging totalitarian world government. They have that tag on a video that is from the verified channel World Government Summit. You can't make this stuff up. I'm sorry. Many people are saying we're in a simulation. We're in a sitcom.
What is that called? Doublespeak, where it's like, you're holding a book. This ain't a book. I mean, but it's a book, but it's not a book. All right, it's the book, but it's not.
This one's so good.
Yeah, 2 + 2 = 5. Accept
Right.
your reality as we tell you it is. Don't you dare question it. We're building a new world order, but we're not building a new world order, because if you say we're building a new world order, you're going to get punished and screwed and demonetized and downranked in the algorithm.
Wait.
And we're going to make sure no one sees your
Hold
videos.
on. Fact check. I have to apologize. Correction, everyone. I now recognize why I'm so wrong about this. The context provided says a conspiracy theory which hypothesizes a secretly emerging totalitarian world government. This is overt, stated, and in your face, not a secret.
It's a different New World Order, the one, the public-facing one.
Well, no. Quite simply put, the conspiracy theory is that they're trying to keep it a secret. No, they're straight up telling you they're doing it.
Yeah, I think
that's funny.
I almost tweeted at you last night. I don't normally tweet right at you guys, but that I think that what's happening is the global economic system is like, in order to avoid World War III, this is like through City's trap, we're going to just transition the new world superpower to become China. And then, so now they're moving, they're corrupting our economy. They printed us out of a bunch of money. I think people really don't understand or care about the American Constitution that aren't from here. Like, free speech is like, dude, I'm a corporate executive. You don't have free speech in my corporation. And if we're going to run the world like a corporation, if we have order, we need to stamp down on some of these people that are thinking too freely. And then there was more to the tweet. I'll come up with it later, but it's
How do we get to this point, For the longest time, they said New World Order is a conspiracy theory. There was that meme, Seamus over at Freedom Tunes, he did a meme correction video. It's hilarious, where he's talking about the reverse pyramid of conspiracies. And at the top, in like their anti-Semitic, I think it's in the anti-Semitic point of no return section, this leftist wrote, New World Order is in this conspiracy theory bracket. And I'm just like, they actually have the World Government Summit. They're telling you they're doing it. They're not hiding it.
I think it's when Rockefeller and his buddies...
It's not a theory.
Yeah, when they started the Federal Reserve in 1913 on Jekyll Island, they basically were trying to run the world. They didn't ever want to get their companies broke up again like Standard Oil was by the U.S. government. They're like, we're done with this government crap. And then we had a chance to be like, Federal Reserve's busted. We're not using it anymore. Like 2007, Ron Paul was like, hey, everyone in the world, focus on this. And we kind of did. But then that was our moment to be like, all right, we're done with it. We don't need it anymore. People might have got killed, but we don't need it anymore. And we didn't do it. We just sat around, played video. At least I just sat around, played video games. I was afraid I was going to get assassinated if I spoke up. Silly me. So I just keep my mouth shut. And now I'm facing this. So we have to speak up.
Yeah, I think the Great Reset equals the apocalypse. I think when people think about the end of the world, or when they think about the apocalypse, they think about this great big explosion, then everybody's gone. And certainly, perhaps, I mean, that could be an outcome. But I think that the Great Reset for us equals the apocalypse. It's this ushering in of what we're seeing as evil. We're not building anything. We're destroying something, or they're destroying something to rebuild something that we don't recognize, this postmodern, this very pagan, this whole world sort of thing, this new system. And I also, you think about, again, like the Islamic religion, where the apocalypse has to come in order for their savior to come back.
I think that's true for Christianity too, right? Like there are cultists.
Yes, absolutely.
They're trying to invoke revelation.
Absolutely, sure. In some corners of Christianity, yes, you want to sort of root for the apocalypse, for our Savior to come back. But it just, everything trends towards destruction. We're not building anything. We're not, we were just talking about Trudeau and what was in the news today about, I forget what the acronym for it is like government assisted death or something.
MAID. What, yeah,
right.
I saw it's called MAID. What is that?
What is that? Are you
medically assisted
something dying? Yeah.
Induced death or something like that.
It's an awful thing.
Medical assistance in dying.
Yeah.
MAD.
Yep.
Like that's the solution. Like, all right, we got
they're-
these people who are in pain, people who are
Because Canada's doing this, I think. They announced this, and there are people posting on like Tumblr and forums saying, as soon as I'm 18, I'm getting it right away.
Yeah, the pod just shows up at your house.
Yeah.
It's like
get on
Futurama,
in.
man. Bender, you walk in with the coin and suicide booth.
The New World Order, it's not a conspiracy. It's something that we're going through right now. It's a buzzword used by many powerful people as a way to try to centralize more power, money, and authority for themselves. It's been talked about for a very long time, predominantly from the David Rockefellers of the world and other very powerful individuals. David Rockefeller, in his own autobiography, by the way, said, quote, this is his own words in his own book that I actually confronted him with one-on-one, face-to-face. He said, quote, some even believe we, the Rockefeller family, are a part of a secret cabal working against the best interest of the United States, characterizing my family and me as internationalist and conspiring with others around the world to build a more integrated global political and economic structure. One world, if you will. If that's the charge, I stand guilty and I am proud of it. David Rockefeller, his own autobiography. I asked him about it. I went up face to face to him. I was like, "You still believe in this? Let's talk about this." He, of course, freaked out and was.
I assume he would have said yes.
But these comments. There's many of these comments throughout history.
But so let me ask this: why is it that Rockefeller writes that in his book? That George, it was H.W. Bush said we're beginning to see a new world order, and they're specifically saying a world order and a new one. There's the liberal economic order, and they're talking about launching a new one. This is overt. I think the Council on Foreign Relations, the website has it discussing the liberal economic order. Why then does the media, YouTube, Wikipedia, all come out and say it's a lie and a conspiracy when they're telling us they're doing it?
I think it's because that people are afraid we will establish a new world order with American constitutionalism, and that could be upending Klaus's dream. Like basically the liberal economic order is over. It's done. It's ending. We need to pull a George Washington socially, where we say we give the power away. We give it back to the people because we trust the world and we trust humanity.
To answer your question, Tim, it's to demoralize people. It's to show them that we're going to overtly have these plans. We're going to talk about them, but you can't talk about them because we're more powerful than you are. And this is a part of the larger kind of psyops that's being played here with these mind games. This is essentially a mind game saying, I could do what I want. I could say what I want. You can't. That right there is showing the true power of what the New World Order is in its essence, this kind of larger hypocrisy and abuse of power as they're using it to gain more power for themselves.
I want to stress this point. Do not think of the phrase New World Order as a proper noun. And that's what a lot of people do. They think of New World Order as like a proper noun. No. It is break each word down to their root meanings, and that's actually what the phrase is. There is the liberal world order or liberal economic order. Ian's brought it up many, many times. We've pulled it up, the website from, I think it's CFR. Is that the Council on Foreign Relations?
Yeah, and there's also the Trilateral Commission and the Bilderberg Group. They're all coalesced with each other, and they all talk about the same thing, building a new world order.
And they have websites published on this, NewsGuard certified. And when they say New World Order, what they're saying is, we're currently in the liberal world order. Now we need a new version of the liberal world order, a world order that is new. The New World Order doesn't specifically refer to anything other than they want a global system of control. It's not a secret. They've said it over and over and over again. Perhaps they're arguing the conspiracy is that people believe weird things about it. I don't know, whatever. But they're doing it, and they're having summits called the World Government Summit. It's verified by YouTube.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And at the end of the day, what they're calling for is more centralization, more bureaucracy, more power being held in fewer hands, which of course is always ripe for abuse. Whenever we have fewer and fewer individuals of more people, of more land, of more things that they could conquer and subject, this is essentially a form of domination. And that's exactly why there's so much mind games to this, where you can't talk about this, but they can.
You know, we need freedom, and I think part of this mad dash towards global governance is because Antarctica is about to become melted and a big giant continent that people are going to try and colonize. And when they do, there will be a global war of China and America and Russia all trying to take it at once. It could destroy the Earth.
Maybe.
So they're trying to say, no, only one of you is going to get it.
But
I think
before Antarctica becomes available for player use, the last update patch in the simulation has to occur. So that's the final story arc, which is going to be probably Trump 3, A New Hope or whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to get the expansion pack, Earth Simulation 2, the Antarctic campaign.
Well, you can only rent the expansion pack. You never actually own it.
Yeah, that's what you'll license it, and then you can create new characters starting in the Antarctica continent. I'm really excited for this. Plus the new skill sets that are being released. I hear that journalists will get the ability to communicate via Neuralink in the latest expansion.
But I like freedom, man. I don't like the idea that cops are on the street corners watching you whenever you walk around. I don't want it. If you don't want it, then join me.
Now
That's
imagine
like New
the
York,
crazy insanity that you'll have to deal with when everything's online and they have control of what you see and what you say and what they don't say and what they do to you and what you can call out and can't call out. But as you said, Tim, the CFR website officially says we're calling for global governance, and they have an article on their website, what is the liberal world order? And they go on and explain, hey, we need everything in the hands of all these private international corporations and banks, and we need less representation, we need less people being able to decide their own lives, and we need that decided by central controllers.
I always like pulling up this article from world101.cfr.org. What is the liberal world order? Because it is NewsGuard certified 100 out of 100. And it's like, how do you get that rating? And especially like CFR, they're not a news organization. Why are they rated 100 out of 100?
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. But liberal world order, it's on their website. They say after World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history, countries sought to ensure the world never again would devolve into horrific violence, blah, blah, blah. Here's why we did it. Here's what we're doing. So when they say we want a new world order, they're saying to advance beyond their old liberal world order.
When did that article come out? Because it sounds like something I wrote.
Well, they've been talking about it for a very long time, ever since Zbigniew Brzezinski and David Rockefeller helped fund and start the Council on Foreign Relations. And they're a quasi-private, not private club. They have some public meetings, but in private, they also have big members of the corporate media. They have a lot of politicians, even weird politicians like Tulsi Gabbard and other, of course, mainline big politicians that are a part of their meetings. They meet in secret and also talk about and decide policy openly and secretly.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.